Hey, this is Tessa Nelson again, and I just wanted to talk about some specific professional development goals that I want for my placement. Um, and I think so. My placement largely focuses more on like potential licensure after getting my degree and testing research and theories and other such things like that. And so, three goals that I specifically had in mind when I started writing um, my specialization learning agreement was one, I wanted to utilize more psychiatric rehabilitation methods into my practice instead of just focusing on behavior um, oriented services. And so that way I could be certified in psychiatric rehabilitation. And a lot of those look more into a holistic lens of behaviors and mental health in combination with like issues of systematic issues in society like ableism, stigma, the systematic oppression against people of color and different cultures and such like that. And so that's one of the goals that I wanted this year. And this year I'm going to start doing some more clinical therapy and clients on that regard. And so I wanted to learn more about cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, and how to start utilizing those in practice. Fortunately, that is the advanced integrative practice class that I have been doing is helping a lot with the development of those skills. And I specifically wanted to try and learn more about how to approach things from a strength-based perspective. When going into what didn't work last year, I think I had a tendency while working with the school to see things from the perspective of challenges and not strengths, even though I tried to keep a strength-based perspective. And I feel like that was a weakness that I specifically had. But if I could reduce that weakness and to look at where the client's strengths are and help them problem solve in that way, it will help a lot. I've also noticed some things in the attending skills textbook that we've been reading in the other class that specifically also mentions like when we are asking client questions, are we accidentally listening more towards um, like trauma stories and paying more attention to those and things like that versus other aspects when they talk, and then people will talk about what other people listen to. So I'm just trying to be more careful as I approach therapy to make sure that I'm utilizing healthy tactics and things like that. And so that's where I would say that I wanted to do more professional developmental goals. Um, and what areas of the new specialized learning agreement are challenging? I'm going to say just kind of training has been challenging because I work full time and it's hard to find time for training. That has been probably one of the biggest challenges for me personally, just on my individual level. Um, and I think that it is challenging and difficult sometimes to approach things through an anti-racist lens when I currently do not have any clients that I'm working with who are people of color. All of the clients that I'm working with are the same race as me. And so I have set up like specific goals and objectives and things for them when I do run into those clients and such. But when there is currently a lack of that learning opportunity, it is challenging that when setting up those goals um, and such. And so, where do I need more help? I feel like just being like I feel like one thing that I really like is my is feedback from my managers in psychiatric rehabilitation specifically, because my AFI gives really good feedback, but I would love to have more feedback from those managers in a more specific sense. Because since I do most of my interactions with my AFI and supervision through him, it's a little difficult just to kind of get their perspectives. And so I think I need to just reach out to them more to get more insight on how to use the psychiatric rehabilitation mindset when I'm working towards that kind of credential, with like hope, empowerment, personal responsibility is a huge one on there too, and just make sure that I'm utilizing those goals that are listed from that credentialing agency to make sure that my mental health interventions are in line. And I think that's where I would say it. It's more about getting the support than just like not getting support. I wouldn't say that it's like about getting help, but it's more about like having more support and advice in general in that regard. And so, yeah, that just kind of sums up my thoughts on where my goals are for this year and the specialization process. Thanks for listening.